Hey, it's Tigman. Time for this week's edition of the Metal Box, our weekly discussion on all things hard rock and heavy metal. Recently had a chance to speak with guitarist Nita Strauss of Alice Cooper. Talked about playing with the legendary Alice Cooper. Also talked about this new rock documentary she's in called Out of the Shadows into the Spotlight, and about her time in the all-female Iron Maiden tribute band, the Iron Maidens. Covered all that stuff and more. Check it out right here.
Hi, it's Nita Strauss calling.
Hi, Nita. How are you, Tigman? How's it going?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing good. We got Nita Strauss on the phone, guitarist for Alice Cooper, joining us. She's in a brand new movie, a film. It's called Hired Gun, Out of the Shadows into the Spotlight, which we'll talk about in just a second. But I want to ask you about a couple of things, including your time when you were in a well-known all-female Iron Maiden tribute, the Iron Maidens.
Yes. Much fun.
Yeah, was Iron Maiden a big influence on you growing up? Were you a big fan of them, and that's how you got into the band and stuff?
Actually, no. It's so funny that, how the twists and turns of how you end up in different projects. I was always into, kind of solo guitar playing. I was always into, Steve Vai, Satriani, and
nice. That
kind of stuff. But I always loved the way Iron Maiden used three guitar players, and, especially now, and even just when they had, just Dave Murray and Adrian Smith, the way that they used those two guitars, the way they harmonized, the way they played off each other. So it was really, really cool to get to be a part of that in some small way and be in Iron Maiden.
How did it work out with that gig? Now, you did that for quite some time, and then the Alice Cooper gig came along?
There was a lot of stuff before, during, and after. But yes, essentially, yeah. I did the Iron Maidens from 2011 to 2014.
Okay.
And, before that, I had several bands of my own. I toured with Jermaine Jackson. I played with a bunch of other people, and I had my own projects going on, and started playing with Alice in 2014.
Now, how did you get the gig with Alice? How did that all come about?
It's all, it's really, I like to say that luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity.
Yep.
And that's really, really what it was. I was playing in a band called Seventh Fatale, and we were on the Monsters of Rock cruise with Winger. And, of course, Kip Winger played in Alice's band in the 80s. And Kip and I got to talking, and he asked me, so what are you doing besides, playing in this? Are you doing anything else? I said, no, I'm looking for a gig. I'm totally available if you hear of anything that comes up. And a couple weeks later, he put my name forward for the Alice Cooper gig. And 2 weeks later, I was on that tour.
Wow, so Kip Winger actually had something to do with you getting the gig with Alice Cooper.
He had a lot to do with it.
That is awesome.
He was the one that made the first introduction, so I'm very, very grateful for that.
What's it like playing with the legendary Alice Cooper? I mean, it seems like I've seen you perform many times with him in the band. It seems like you're having a blast up there.
Oh, it's so much fun. How could you not have a blast? It's really a lot of fun. It's, Coop is like the consummate professional and really keeps us all going. You don't want to be sloppy on that stage. Let's just say that.
I'm a big fan of Ryan Roxy. I love seeing you and Ryan up there. It seems like good chemistry up there with you guys, and it's just a really tight, awesome band. It's
so funny. I actually, growing up, I was just such a huge guitar fan.
Yeah.
And I was just a fan of the instrument and the players, and, I wasn't any good back then, but I had all these, pictures of these different guitar players on my wall, and I had Red Beach, and I had Al Pitrelli, and I actually, and all these guys were in the Alice Cooper band at one time or another, which I didn't even know at the time.
Yeah.
And I actually had one of the GMP ads with Ryan in it on my wall as a kid.
Oh, that is wild. That's awesome.
Funny, right?
Yeah, it's great.
It's funny the way life brings you back around.
It really is. It just seems like things are going great for you, and of course, it's always great seeing Alice live. It's always a great show. Let's talk about this new documentary, because we're doing a kind of a movie premiere opening thing in the Albany, New York area. We're going to be at the Crossgates Mall at the theaters there on Thursday night, June 29th. They're going to be showing it. It's Hired Gun, Out of the Shadows into the Spotlight. And now this is the description it gives. It says the full-length feature details the stories of the world's unsung music industry heroes who have toured and recorded with rock legends such as Alice Cooper, Rob Zombie, Ozzy, and more. So tell us about this movie, how you got involved with the project, and what we can expect from it.
Well, I was actually in the movie. It was total coincidence, it was total chance that this happened. They were interviewing Alice. I had just gotten into the band. I'd been in the band for 2 months.
Yep.
And they were interviewing Alice. They were asking about all these sidemen, he's worked with, and he said, "Have you guys talked to Nita yet?" Because
oh, wow.
I've been, I'm 30. I've been touring since 15, and I would say 85% of that has been as a sideman, as a hired gun. Just really, like, I would just play guitar for anybody that would have me. I didn't care if it was rock or metal or punk or pop or funk or whatever it was. I was just happy to be playing guitar and, you know, getting paid enough to eat and go to the next city.
Yeah.
So he goes, "Have you guys talked to Nita yet?" And they said no. And I was in the gym at the hotel, and they go, "Hey, can you come down? Can you do an interview for this documentary?" I said, "Yeah, sure. When?" They said, "Well, right now." Oh, all right.
Nice.
No problem. Yeah, give me 20 minutes. So I just ran up and changed clothes and came down. I got to be part of the movie, and it was so cool, actually getting to see it. You know, getting to see everybody's stories and see how the parallels of everyone's journey have gone, and how many similarities there are in different people's lives and different people's perspectives on this crazy business.
Well, it sounds really interesting. I mean, I'm totally into rock docs, so this sounds like something really cool, and definitely looking forward to seeing it. Going to be on Thursday night, June 29th. It'll be showing at Crossgates Mall. Hired Gun, Out of the Shadows into the Spotlight. Nita Strauss going to be appearing in that movie. And, of course, Alice has a new album coming out July 28th, Paranormal. Are you playing on this album?
He does have it. I am not on it, though.
You're not on it. Okay.
No, I'm not on it. I have heard it. I love it. I'm super excited to be playing the songs on the tour, but he didn't have the touring band as the band on the album.
And, of course, we can see you, though, on tour with Alice Cooper and Deep Purple this summer.
Oh, yeah. We're so excited. We're just literally on the last show of our first U.S. run tomorrow. We're here on the last day off of the tour. And then we go over to Europe for some festivals, and then we hit the U.S. with Deep Purple, and I'm so excited for that.
New York area date's going to be Jones Beach, August 26th, and PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey on August 28th. What else you got going on, Nita? Anything on your own, solo stuff going on?
Yeah, always. Yeah. I've got my original band, We Start Wars, just put out our first single last month. That's called The Animal Inside. You can find it on iTunes and Amazon and all that good stuff. And so I'm working on a full length for that. And then, of course, my first solo single, Pandemonium, came out in January. And I'm working towards a full length solo release for that as well. You can find out all the info and all that stuff at nitastrauss.com.
That's what I was going to ask you. There it is, the official website, nitastrauss.com.
nitastrauss.com. Yeah, Nita Strauss on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snap, and all that is Hurricane Nita.
Awesome. Well, great chatting with you. It's always great seeing you with Alice. You fit in so well with that band. It's always a good show, and just all the best to you, and this movie's going to be really good. Looking forward to seeing it.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me on.
And that'll do it for this week's edition of The Metal Box. Thanks for tuning in. The rock and roll limo has arrived. We'll see you next week.